All right, yes, people, welcome to the Real Talk Football TV Premier League debate show. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the team. Got myself, Shaq, Tobias. 906 is back on Thursday.
It needs
All
to
right,
be
usually
tonight, bro. I
it
don't know
should.
where he's
You know, it feels like every game Liverpool will lose,
He's
I'm
missing.
by myself. It just
The
makes me take the hit. He
yeah?
goes missing.
Missing. All these L's going around here. First Frenchie, 1906.
He can't make the
You're
show. He
next,
can't
bro.
make it up.
You're next. I'll be the only one riding solo. Yeah?
No, I'm here to stay. All right.
Get your Liverpool top on anyway.
No.
You should be wearing it tonight.
You know what? Until we get in the Champions League spots, that's when it's coming out. I'm in all black now. We are dead right now. Oh shit! All right. Every week we do the prediction show. So every week we predict to try and get the correct score. So this week's winner is, he can't make this shit up. Tobias wins this week.
Good week, bro.
You know what? 1906 was in the lead until the last minute for West Ham to score. Tobias predicted West Ham would beat Bournemouth 2-0, and he predicted Man City will beat Brighton 3-1. So he gets the points because he got two correct score lines. So 1906 just misses out. 1906 has dropped to the relegation zone. I'm still in the lead by the skin of my teeth.
Forget 906. Let's worry about you.
Tobias, relax. We're coming in it. The last couple of weeks I've been winning, but somehow Tobias has won the last 2 weeks, so he's 3 points behind.
I've done it last year.
And he's the reigning champion. He's a reigning champion, so he's 3 points behind me. 906 is in the relegation zone. I'm holding top spot. Tobias is in second. All right, you couldn't make it up. All right, start this off. Newcastle. I was watching the Spurs Newcastle game. Spurs are awful. I've been saying this for a hot minute. I've never rated Spurs. I think Spurs are overrated. And tell the truth, where they are, they've done well to be in the top three. And because of Harry Kane's goals have kept them where they are. They play dire football, but on Conte's defense, Spurs have never won anything anyway. They don't win. They've been serial losers since I've been watching football. So his ways may be thinking, let's keep it tight and nick results, and that could win us a trophy. But going into Newcastle, Tobias, can Newcastle get top four? Reason being is that if they're in the shake-up, they can go out and spend £150 million in January to really push on. Like, if they're there or thereabouts now, and I think they've bought well, and the players, to be fair, Eddie Howe, in my opinion, if he gets in the top four, he's manager of the season. I think he's manager of the season right now, to be fair. Because what he's done, if you look at the players they've bought, apart from Bruno, yeah, Isak's been good, but Isak's record's not been like amazing. You're buying really potential. If you look at who they've bought, they've kind of bought solid Premier League players, if you know what I mean. But he's got them into a system, and they're playing good football. Botman's been a good signing as well.
Burn
as well. But yeah, these guys are solid pros, Premier League proven. But not anybody would you thought like, wow, any of the top 6 teams would be looking at. Maybe Isak, but that's potential. But everybody else has been like solid Premier League. And for what Eddie Howe's done after 12 games to be 4th and really lost to Liverpool in the last minute, really should have got a draw, could have won the game, had a goal disallowed. So they've gone to Man United, have nicked a result, got a draw, went to Tottenham, just narrowly lost to Liverpool, drew with Man City. Like, I think the next couple of months it'll be, if they could be thereabouts before the World Cup, I think they've got half a chance because they can go out and spend £150 million and kick on again.
Problem is that they could, but would it be the correct thing to do?
But if they're near the top 4, so if they're even in the top 4, do you go for the jugular, or do you say, you know what, let's ride it out and see where we can end up?
It's a difficult market, although World Cup could pull out some gems that potentially people could buy in January. Or that's the hope. I reckon everyone's hoping for that. When you look at it, everyone's so inconsistent. Everyone really. Man City were unbeaten. Obviously, you guys beat them, but they've drew a couple of games. No one's really taken the ball by the horns. Arsenal, you predicted them to draw. They did. And I think a couple of the subs coming on showed their frailties in squad depth.
Yeah, 100%.
And then obviously when the season goes on and you're in World Cup, anything's possible.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing. Sorry to cut you. I was thinking the same thing because of the World Cup. Even if Newcastle don't buy, I think if there's a team to break the traditional top 6 or top 4, it's maybe this season.
It's mad because Isaac and St. Maximin ain't been playing. They've been injured, haven't they? So
yeah.
They've still been pulling out results. They're on a high at the minute. Everything's the stadium's happy because there was zero expectation initially. You know what I mean? So fans make a whole lot of difference in the stadium. Massive. Yeah, and if you've got a happy fan base who are singing along, being that sort of 12th man, so to speak. St. James's, they've been wanting Mike Ashley out for the longest. They've been screaming. So this is just a new start for everyone. The defense has always been their problem.
Yeah.
Always been their problem. So it made sense to buy a couple of decent defenders, Burn, Botman. Well, they brought Burn and Trippier in January last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
So that was they were important signings to keep them up. Obviously,
they kept them up.
But then, if you add more, where do they add? You go for probably potentially another midfielder because they're still playing Longstaff and
maybe a 10, maybe a number 10, a creative midfield player who can play.
Again, that. I think like you shouted Madison, didn't you, for them?
Yeah.
It's a hard one because if you've got all the squad pulling in the right direction, then you mix in new personalities. Makes it difficult. You have to get it right
because he's got them all playing. Like Almiron's looking like prime Rubery right now, doing a madness. I'm like Almiron, Almiron.
He's gone.
How sharp is he?
Longley though. Longley, come on. Longley at Barca was just. Yeah, I've never really rated Longley.
No, he's been
any form of pace. He's finished. I'm surprised to come to the Prem.
Yeah,
he should have played in Spain. To be fair.
But it's a tough one. I think they've got half a chance. I don't think they will, but I think realistically, if they can get Europa League or Conference League, that's a great season for Newcastle.
As it stands now, though, so because we don't know what's going to happen in the World Cup, players-wise, who would you say potentially that they could buy that would be interested in them? And
I think.
Go on.
No, I think if they just Premier League alone, I think Maddison, they could do a deal with Maddison. I think if by the World Cup starts and Leicester are kind of away from the relegation, I think they'll do a deal because they need to sell. They need to make some money in a sense of their contracts are winding down, or they could get someone like a Tielemans in.
Well, Maddison's not in his last year, is he?
No, I think he's 18 months.
18 months. So they won't sell him mid-season. That would be.
But Tielemans, that could work because he's literally not going to sign a new contract. I don't think any of the top 6 will be interested. I think the Italian clubs will. The AC Milan, the Inters, Roma love, and Juventus love a free. But I could see Tielemans in a sense of because Newcastle will be the best of the rest at the moment in the next couple of years. Then they're coming. So that's a project where he could triple his wages, and that's a club where they'll be looking for 8th place and upwards.
Is that all they need, though? Well, they've made some good signings, though. Paul,
because I think if they can keep everyone fit,
Bruno,
Isak, if Isak can stay fit, and no matter what you say about Wilson will get you 15 goals if he can stay.
Wilson's another one that can't stay fit.
He can't stay, if he stays fit, he gets you 15.
But he'll do a job.
So if you've got him getting 15, Isak getting 10, 12, St. Max coming back, I think they're a threat. I don't know if they get top 4, but Europa League 7th, 8th, Conference League, that could work. I could see that happening.
Well, they've only got the one game a week, haven't they?
Yeah.
That's the added incentive. So when you've got that one game a week and Europa League, obviously before us and Arsenal, Tottenham in Champions League. So you never know. World Cup year, it's tight, man. You look across the teams though. Where's the Norwiches? Where's them easy games? If you know
There's none. There's none. There's none.
There's the Premiership is
it's mad. It's horrible.
Because even when we do these predictions, every week you're looking at these games like Brentford getting smashed 4-0.
Bruv, it's like the Championship. You just can't predict it.
Literally,
it's like Championship. Because the lower league teams are getting better. There's so much money now. Because you've got lower league players who could easily play for top 4 teams. I was looking at West Ham. People like Declan Rice could walk into top 6 teams. I'm looking at Newcastle with Bruno, St. Max. There's a bag of players in these. Ruben Neves. You can go through the teams who are near the bottom, could easily make a top 6 side and improve them, which is mad. It's mad right now. It's mad. I think Man City, the only one, are showing a bit of consistency. That's why I've said I think that eventually they'll walk away with it. I'm still not convinced about Arsenal. I think sooner or later, I've got a feeling is that it's going to be Man City will walk away with it, but from 2nd to maybe 8th, it's going to be it's going to go down to the last game.
You know what?
I'm telling you, it's going to be a rat race. It's going down to the last game.
Previous history.
Yeah, you can't trust them. You can't trust them.
Stays on the forefront. But I've always said to Arsenal, the squad depth for me isn't the one. Isn't the one at all. And there's no difference. Like you got Jesus.
Can't hit a barn door now. He started off with a house on fire.
But he's not a goal scorer. He'll be a good player. He's a link-up player.
Yeah.
He will do well that way. But as long as the Martinellis and Sakas are getting the goals, it works, which could sort of work for them as a false 9. But it's just having that someone off the bench, that's something different. That Giroud.
Yeah.
That old school Giroud type. Yeah. So I mean, just that's something. Mitrovic even.
Yeah.
Like a Mitrovic type of player. But they're just very Arsenal.
Yeah. I don't trust them.
They remind me of like the Arsene Wenger team. You know, like just they will be nice on the eye.
Yeah. But will fail eventually.
But yeah,
with the Fabregases and that, the Cazorlas
and the Nilssons and like they've just got a soft underbelly.
Yeah, you can't trust them.
So I just feel like that's Arsenal. But I don't know, man. Again, it's one of those seasons, man.
Yeah, you can definitely.
Everyone's in turmoil. Everyone's going through some form of transition at the minute.
Well, talking about turmoil and talking about underbelly and talking about pathetic.
Talking about soft belly.
Talking about everything.
Come on.
It's Liverpool right now.
Talk about it, bro.
Liverpool right now. You know what? They just sum up a mid-table side now. Literally 1 week, go play Man City, the best team in arguably in Europe, and win. Not even win convincingly, but deservedly winners, and then go to Nottingham Forest and lose. And the thing is,
you're showing shades of us. Sorry to cut you off. Of like 2015 year when Alisson's pulling off the De Gea's.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? Like you're showing up against certain teams, and the next week you're like,
what the hell?
Like how?
Mad. 100%.
It's that hunger though. You see, when everyone wants to beat you, that makes the biggest difference. You see, like now you're the team that everyone wants to beat, and you see now they've seen a little kink in your armor. They will kick you when you're down, you know. Like everyone will come now, tails up. Like we can do something now. Hungry.
But the thing is,
Robbo used to be screaming in their face, reckless talk. You know, then the memories are long.
Man, I've been waiting.
Doing them scumbaggery stuff. Come on. Memories, bro.
No, I hear you. I think we're a proper mid-table side. Week to week now. You think you've been there last couple of seasons. You think you've turned a corner, and then the corner just literally you turn again, blam, car crash. To lose to Nottingham Forest, I don't listen. I'm tired as a Liverpool supporter hearing about injuries. Injuries. This team needs a rebuild. It's the arrogance of the FSG and it's the arrogance of Klopp. Like Klopp, he can't get away with it because he hasn't said anything that he needs players, and we've talked about this before. But you must be a part of the problem because you haven't came out and said you need midfield players. We've been seeing this since real Liverpool fans have been seeing this since 2020. Even last season, where we went so long, it's like we can't go with the same team again. We can't. And I look at it now. I look at how to play Liverpool. Just let them have it. They will make unforced errors and just counter them. Literally. Just put everyone behind the ball. They've got no creativity. They will do something stupid and you can hit them on the counter-attack because they haven't got the legs in midfield to stop counter-attacks no more. And we've been seeing this.
Klopp hasn't been ruthless enough. Hasn't been ruthless enough at all. And this isn't the first time now. I think everyone points to his history in that regard. But on a season-by-season basis, he's got to have people on their toes. I don't think he's kept up with that. Even Dan, I like Trent. Everyone, I like Trent. But even it's like when I look at Trent and I look at Shaw, they're two totally different classes. Like, don't get me wrong. But Shaw, when he's got no one sort of up against him, cigars out. You see, you buy sort of Tellers last year or the season before, then you sort of see a bit of Shaw again. We got brought Malacia this year. Malacia, sorry. And you see he's showing again that he's hungry again. It's just keeping, whether it be for competition for places, because Ramsey isn't competition for Trent.
No.
You know what I mean? The only Simicast was probably the only real competition in terms of you never know. You can go either way with them two.
Yeah.
But that can put pressure on Robert.
Yeah.
Other than that, you saw your team always has picked itself.
Yeah. Everyone knows the team. Everyone knows the team. But it's been like this for 5 years now. And you look at Fabinho. Fabinho's been he looks like his legs are gone. He's never been quick anyway. He's never had mobility whatsoever. Now he looks like he's treading water. Well, I just think that he's been running to the ground. He's played 5 years with no backup DM.
We're saying all of this, but how far are you off top four? That's not the trophy.
I know, but that's the maddest thing about it because no one could beat. Everyone's beating everyone. Literally,
so we're saying, but you're not that far off the top four. So it's not as if you're way out in the abyss. You could easily another week with the way
it changes.
Could just change dramatically.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's not where you want to be. Yes, it's another one where you have a season on, season off, season on, season off, because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm the same during COVID at the minute. It's like, initially it was like, is it the COVID season? But it just seems like season on, season off.
Yeah, but Tobias, I think it's season on, season off because of not buying players.
No, definitely.
That's what it's going to be. It's not buying players. Like they've made, which was mad. I don't even want to go into it because we've talked about it so much, but they've made this team go all together and they didn't have to. It was there to be really like staying with Man City. It just needed a couple of man. And that's the difference between the Guardiolas. I know they've got money, but everyone's got money, to be fair. And I hear a lot of Liverpool supporters said, we can't compete with Man City. We don't have to compete with Man City. You just buy the right players and see where that takes you. You just buy the right player. And I'm saying to compete with Man City financially, but you're telling me you can't get 2 or 3 man each season. You don't have to spend 150 million each time. Just 2 man. But what you're trying to do is that you're buying youngsters who are not ready, i.e. Carvalho, Harvey Elliott. These men should be playing sporadically. But we're cheap, and when people were cussing Minaminos and the Origis, I'm telling you, if them two were playing against Nottingham Forest, we don't lose that game. This is why you need these type of players. They know their role.
But there's that, and there's also sort of we talk about Hendo. Like Hendo, don't get me wrong, I still think he potentially could be part of your squad because he's depth.
Yeah,
but
he can't be first choice.
Thiago's your only passer in the midfield,
and he's injury prone.
So if you're trying to play that progressive way as you are, especially when people are camping, that was your problem.
Yeah,
there's no one to play through the lines. It was too easy. Hendo's got the ball. Where's it going? It's going. Yeah. It's going out wide, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's no creativity. And Curtis Jones obviously come back from injury, but he's flattered to deceive a few times. I think the only thing I've really seen from him is the goal against Everton.
Yeah, he played well against Porter, and that's it. He holds onto the ball too much.
But it's too not consistent.
Yeah,
consistency is the key.
Yeah,
and you're at the minute, your team are not consistent.
No, 100%. I know we're not a million miles off top four, but like I said, if they don't buy anybody in January, I mean, a couple, man, we're playing Europa League next year.
But what are they? Looking at how the season's gone now, started, what are you looking at from the end of the season?
Oh, top four, a good cup run, maybe pick up a FA Cup. And I still feel, I look at this team right now, it's more built for the Champions League than the league. I still think we've shown off a one-off game, especially at Anfield on your European night, I think we still could beat anyone in a one-off game. Don't think we'll win it, but we could get quarters, even semis, because it just feels like we're a cup side right now. We've got no consistency whatsoever. I just think one-off games, Anfield, 2 legs, we could beat most teams.
So what's a successful season, and then what's a season
right now?
Right now. Yeah, right now.
So right now is a top 4 finish and maybe a trophy or deep in one of the trophies or Champions League. If we don't get Champions League, this is a disaster.
If you don't get Champions League, what happens?
Klopp stays, and Klopp needs to talk and say what he needs. Like most managers, just literally you got nothing to lose. Even if they sack you or you leave or you resign, you've come to Liverpool. You can say no manager has come in 30 years, has come and won the league. That's what he came to do, and he's done. And he's brought us a Champions League. I know he's only won it once, but he wouldn't have to talk the things. He would have to say, this is what I need, blam, 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 and everybody needs to know, the fans need to know, the media need to know, and put pressure on FSG to get the players he wants. Because it showed is that, yes, Champions League is great, but Champions not be on end all. You got Casemiro, 4 or 5 time Champions League winner. So there's players that you spent money on Anthony. So players will come to your club because you'll be saying to them, listen, yeah, we're at the Champions League, but it's only going to be 1 year. Like, we're building again, and we'll be back in the Champions League, and we'll be fighting Man City for everything, like how we used to be. So you still can get the players. You might not get Jude Bellingham, who you're trying to lay all your eggs in a basket. You might not get him, but there's players out there to buy, and you need to say what players you need. Liverpool need 4 or 5 players in the summer, and they need to get rid of 4 or 5. Need about 4. Need 3 midfield players. That's a minimum, and not 3 midfield players, squad players. You need 3 midfield players that come straight into the team. Because if you look at it, if a new manager came in, he could say to FSG, I don't want any of their midfield players. And he has a valid reason. Bar the youngsters, all the senior midfield players, he could say, I don't want none of them. 1, they're injury prone. 2, they're not good enough.
But the problem, it seems like that there's too many now. It's coming that you need too many players. If you know what I mean. There needs to be too much transfer activity. He hasn't done it staggered.
No. And that's what I was talking about. That's what Ferguson was so great about. When he was at the top, that's when he would get rid of maybe a star man and then bring on a couple of man just to keep man on their toes. We didn't do that. In 2018, like I've said, that's when we should have done it. We should have gave Wijnaldum a new contract, Mane a new contract, and then bought 2 or 3 man, top players to put pressure on.
Sold, though?
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what we're sell to buy. So eventually that's not sustainable to compete with Man City, Chelsea, Man United. You can't have that every year where you think, okay, well, we need to sell Mane or Salah to rebuild. No, I understand it sometimes, but you've got to say, this year we need to take a hit. We're going to keep everybody plus add, because you cannot sustain that forever. Look at, just for example, look at Southampton. Remember Southampton back in the day when they got the Van Dijks, the Lallanas, Mane. Who's that? The Italian
Klein.
Graziano Pele, who's playing up front. Pele. When they had that team was ridiculous, because every year they would sell a star and reinvest. But you can't do that forever. Look at them now. But we're just on a bigger scale. So what happens is that, you could compete and win leagues and Champions Leagues, but eventually you will get found out because the other teams are spending, and eventually they're going to get it right. I've said this on the podcast. Man United will get it right eventually, and it looks like they're starting to get it right.
I just feel that Klopp was was worried about upsetting the main core of the squad. I believe. I just believe he didn't know where to displace and who wasn't important.
But bruv, you look at the midfield, just the midfield alone, forget everything else. Who is a midfielder that stays fit regularly? There's none of them. So you've got to gamble again. Not one midfield player can play every single week. We have not got one midfield player who can play 3 games in 12 days or 14 days. They can't. Their legs can't handle it. So you're relying on them, man. You're still relying on Ox and Naby Keita. These men have let you down, and you've gave them chance after chance. No way is Ferguson and Pep or Mourinho or Conte are letting these men stay there. They'd be like, nah, we've gave you too many chances. You can't stay fit.
Look at Hargreaves.
Yeah, Hargreaves. Like, you can't give these men chances. If it was Klopp, Hargreaves would still be at Liverpool now. Still be at Liverpool now.
He'll be telling you how good he's gonna.
Yeah, how good he is. He's what exceptional talent he is. That's what he'd be saying. So that's what I want to see. Personally, I want him to get top 4, but if they don't, I just want him to talk the things, because it's a joke. Because we are pathetic right now.
So next year comes, what big player? Because to shift the change, just shift the mood in the change room. What big player would you accept to leave?
If I had to choose,
yeah,
Salah.
Yeah,
Salah. Because eventually you got to get rid of him anyway.
Salah.
I think if an 80-90 million pound came in for him, I would seriously consider letting him go.
They're going after Salah still.
Well, keep him then, but there's no other big one. Van Dijk, you still keep him, because you can't just get rid of him, because he's been fantastic for us for 4 or 5 years. If I'm going to think of someone, it'd be Salah, and I think we start again.
What if Barca offer you 60 for Trent?
No, I keep him, because I still believe in Trent. What Trent needs to do is sit down and say to himself, you know what, I need to get better at defending.
But you know what, if you look at it though, your problem is, where's your assets though? Where's your sellable assets?
They all got old together. That's it. That's what I'm saying. There's no sellable assets. That's why they have to spend massive money in the summer, because there's no valuable assets no more. They were there 3 years ago. Now there's none. We've got none. Trent's the only one, but now, man, they be looking like it's 50 mil for Trent, innit? Hold that and shut up. That's what it is now. Before, you could have got hundreds. Now they're like, Barca like, listen, hold 50 and hold your mouth, innit? Because you're not in the Champions League. Really, that's the much you're getting, innit? PSG might be still suckers. You maybe can still get maybe 80s. But we've got no assets. That's why we need to spend big. You've got no choice. Or we're just going to go into abyss.
Mbappe goes, Salah to PSG, yeah? that what you're saying?
Mbappe's not coming Liverpool, bro.
No, I'm not saying to go Liverpool.
Oh, Mbappe's going. Yeah, Robert. Yeah, that could happen. That could happen. But if there was one, I would say Salah and start again. There's players out there, man. When we bought Salah, no one thought Salah was going to be the Salah that he was going to be. You know, no one did. Some people thought Salah was going to be Mane's understudy. So, you know, there's players out there. But yeah, Liverpool.
Liverpool. Great, bro.
Liverpool are shit right now.
I'm fuming 1906s ain't here yet, so you could.
No, you know, I'm kind of happy because even talking about Cavalier, still trying to listen. Cavalier was so he was shocking.
What about Gomez?
He was awful.
Man said, "Go man." Awful. I told you.
No,
if no one remembers.
So imagine Gomez and Maguire for England at the back. You couldn't tell which one's who's Maguire or Gomez. They're so bad. You know what? Gomez is a funny one because he just, you know what? It sums him up. Outstanding against Man City, terrible against Nottingham Forest. He's literally excellent. Didn't have
a good game against West Ham either. You didn't have a good game against West Ham.
No, we nicked it. We nicked a result. Could have been easily a draw.
Who's your next?
We're scraping. We've got Leeds at home. Good team to play against. Yeah, you take that. But listen,
hopefully Marsh gets sacked before now and then.
And then a manager bounce.
Get that Gerrard bounce, boy. No Gerrard. They're players are scumbags, by the way.
Yeah, we're gonna come to that. But the thing is, at home we're right. We ain't lost at home.
You ain't won away.
We can't win away.
You ain't won away.
We're all right. Since Van Dijk's still been at the club, he hasn't lost a league game at home for maybe 4 years. It's mad. Has not lost a league game. That's mad. 63 games, I think he's unbeaten. So at home, we're still.
How many games did Jose not lose that at home at Chelsea?
Yeah, I know, but this is when he started. This is a player that he's played at literally for 4 years at a ground, hasn't lost a game, sorry. But yeah, I think our home form's all right. If we saw our away form, if our away form was as good as our home form, they were saying that we'll be near the top.
Yeah,
but I know, but away from home is mad. We haven't won an away game. But yeah, that is mad. Liverpool are pathetic. And if we don't buy anybody in January, Conference League, Europa League, I can't watch that, bro.
Gerrard in, man. Gerrard in.
Yeah, flipping it.
You know what? Just make my day. Make my day.
Imagine.
Just
what? You know, if that happens and Klopp leaves and flipping Gerrard comes in, that's when I know this club is in the mud, dead. Bunch of a puppet club, puppet manager. But I'm not even thinking about it. I'm not even thinking about that. Flipping it. Winners and losers, man. Fuck it. Winners and losers. All right. All right. Winners and losers could be anything, Tobias. Could be winning team, winning manager, winning player, a loser team, manager, player. It could be anything.
Winners are Liverpool for making it such a great weekend. Now, winners will be Leicester. Leicester and Brenda and Leicester.
It's got to be Nottingham Forest, bruv. Nottingham Forest, bruv.
No, man. You're not dead, bruv. I mean, we're not
no, that's the disrespect. We're not even a loser. We're not even a loser. We're past that. We are.
No, we're not even.
We're past that, Mason. You're not even. That's not even a shot result no more. That's. We are.
Nah, you know what? You know how many times I've had to come on here with you, man, laughing at me, yeah? Yeah, cool. I said, you laugh last, yeah? Remember that? I've been getting beat up.
Why is it like this year? When we're shit, you lot are back on the rise and getting better. And then when you lot are shit, we're at the top. Why can't they both be good and fight it out? I've never seen it. Why is it always one team dominant and the other team's terrible? It's never been.
I don't know what would hurt me more though. Losing like you lost to Man City last year. Say if we lost that way to you guys.
Imagine no.
Or just being out the run completely.
Yeah.
Like, at least I'd rather the latter, them ones, because I just couldn't take it.
Imagine.
I couldn't like no doubt I would have been watching the last game with you or something.
Yeah, that'd be mad.
Fuming. I would have been mad. So I get it, but we're not out of the traps yet. Been a good week though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
good
it's been a great week.
Like considering the games we've had and the games.
And you were the better side, to be fair.
Bro,
The better
difference,
side.
yeah. Casemiro and Martinez have made, just what they bring, what they've instilled into the team.
Mentality.
Like, nuts in it. Mentality,
passion.
You know, like
that South American war, will to win.
Like just that I haven't seen for years, bro. Like Martinez is what Rojo should have been.
Yeah, he's not Rojo. Yeah,
Rojo just had the passion, nothing else. He used to get me so mad. And he's like Casemiro. You know, you don't appreciate how good he is.
He's a baller.
Until he plays for your team, bro.
Come on.
Like, dumb.
Come on. He's a baller.
Dumb.
He's a baller. The way he breaks things up. He hasn't really got that much pace either, but he's just in the right position.
He's just horrible. He's just horrible. He's just
bully.
We're scumbag.
Yeah,
we got that scumbag in us at the minute.
Yeah, you always need that. Yeah.
High-fiving after challenges and
that's
sort of the proper scumbag.
Scoring and jumping into the crowd and that.
Yeah, Martinez like slapping man and that. Like, Martinez is on smoke. And that's what you need, man. You need because that will bring other players get gas like Dallo.
Yeah.
Where's Dallo getting his passion from and rattling people?
Yeah, rattling, man. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It just brings a different like everyone's doing it. Everyone. And this is the difference. This is why dropping Maguire has been a blessing. Maybe the first 2 games was a bloody blessing. Because the only time we've really conceded has been what we conceded. 8 in the first 2 and then City. But after that, other than you take out the first 2 games, bar City, we haven't really conceded. So that 16 goals conceded, it's from 3 teams.
Yeah.
Majority of it. So, it's slowly, but Ten Hag still had to put McTominay and his stupid face on, bro. Like, this is the thing. This is the difference there. Because imagine beforehand. And McTominay tried getting Casemiro's way on the header as well.
Yeah.
That's a joke, man. Like, get out of the way, bro. Because he definitely would have missed that. But it's imagine having Fred and McTominay playing every week.
Yeah, head loss.
Like they will have a decent game here and there, but they make too many mistakes.
They're just not good enough.
And together they make way too many mistakes. Just having Casemiro there and Martinez at the back is so refreshing, bro. Like, I hate my team. I've hated my team for a good couple of years. I'm seeing fucking Bruno keep it local, bro. Like every time before, like before you thought, he's gonna shoot. Now he's passing. I'm like, huh? Bruno, yeah. Because the emphasis isn't on him solely to do something with the ball. So it's but I'm not jumping. I'm not jumping yet.
I hear you. All right, winners. Who's your winner?
I told you, man. Leicester. Leicester and Brenda.
All right, losers.
Losers. Okay, giving the losers to Villa, bro. Those man are scumbags, bro. Those man are scumbags, bro.
Same thing. Let me just do mine. We're gonna come to that. Winners for me is got to be Nottingham Forest, the bottom of the league. Losers, the loser to me is Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard. Now, I imagine you watching that. You man couldn't hit a barn door, and they were moving like flipping AC Milan. 90 AC Milan doing a madness.
It means captain because I know McGinn got dropped.
No, I think he was in there. I think they brought him back. I think he was.
Doug, like the streets was real, bro. The streets.
You know what? In the change room, they must have all looked at each other and started busting up, innit?
I think you know what though, Bailey in his because Bailey decided to turn up.
Bailey's a baller, you know. They ain't seen the best of Bailey, you know.
Bro, I said Bailey would be my sign of the season.
Yeah.
Bro. And this is the first time I've seen him, bro.
See, I know it's bad.
Smoke, but he said something in the match interview after, like something about being able to enjoy it again, and I was like, oof.
Wow. God.
Mary said something along them lines, and I sort of looked twice. I was like, yeah. So I'm not sure whether it was like, I think you said it that Mings may have had too much pull in the changing room.
Yeah, he did.
And maybe the shift didn't go how Gerrard wanted it to go.
100%.
Too many light-skinned men in the team, man. You can't do that too. You know them ones. Light-skinned fraternity, bro.
Man, are sensitive. You can't say too much stuff. Take it personal.
Ming started drawing on Watkins. He tried drawing the heartstrings, man.
They man came together in it, man.
Yeah,
they came together, got their own little WhatsApp group. Second Gerrard goes, they start doing a madness. Bailey's looking like Bayer Leverkusen Bailey in the Bundesliga doing a madness. No, that is mad. Yeah, but yeah, Gerrard must be fuming. But saying that, Gerrard killed himself. You don't let Big Ings off the hook like that. If you're gonna take the captain's armband away from him, you get rid of him. You can't keep him in the squad.
Sell him. You need him out.
100%. You can't keep, bro. Imagine I'm the captain. Man strips me the captain and gives it to someone else, and maybe even Ings don't even like McGuinn.
No, I've had that done to me though. Can you remember when man done that to me?
Yeah, but the thing is, differences with you didn't care being a flipping captain. Yeah, that's the difference. You didn't care, bruv. It wasn't really like important to you. Like you would just laugh it off as like whatever in it. I didn't want that stupid shit anyway. That's different. Ings like being the captain. He looks busy in it. He likes to organize the nights out and all of that. You know, the tickets and the fines and that. He loves all of that. You can tell he's got that stupid face about him.
Do the interviews and that.
So it's different. I think he really liked it, and to take it away to give it to somebody else, and then your main centre half gets injured, and then you're saying, "All right, Ings, here's your chance." Ings is looking at you like, "Bro, you just took the captain's armband away from me. Now you want me to save you?"
Yeah, on the penalty.
And all the other players are looking at each other like, "Look at this guy. Who's this? Who do you think he is? I know he's Gerrard, but bruv, relax yourself. Why are you trying to make these big old decisions on yourself? You need these men on your side first, isn't it? These men are gonna make or break you in it. So you keep them, and then you get your players in it. But why go in there bossy? I don't understand it. Why go in there bossy?
Playful, because you know what these players are like. He should know better than what.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I've said it now. I've said it on previous ones. But if he comes in first through the door, what I said about Ten Hag, you sort of, that's your own choice from them, innit? Don't have me there for 6 months and like battling against relegation and that. We think we're all pulling in the right direction. Start of this season, you pull me in and tell me, you know what, you're not the guy for me. Like, what?
That's mad.
Now, what are you talking about? What about last season?
That's bad. I don't get it.
You know what I'm saying? But
even like just doing them sly ones, like you keep the man in there playing.
Oh,
did you bring a couple of man in, and then they're thinking that, right, I'm not even playing, but you're still winning. So you can say to man like this, if you don't like, you can duck in it. Like but you can't go in there bossy like that. This is not back in the day 20, 30 years ago where you could. These youths are different. These players' minds are different. Like people who are born in the 2000s are different.
He didn't help himself though, because to make a move like that, like a chess move, bro, he didn't have no one. Who's he got? That's got his back really. Coutinho. That waste of Coutinho. You wouldn't take him out to war with.
He's supposed to be got you the sack as well because he done nothing. He's on big money and done nothing.
Yeah, just killed him. Like turned up against Man U. What kind of joke, man, is this? He had that honeymoon period where everything he touched. This joke. See what I mean? And I can't really have sympathy for Gerrard, because when he walked out Old Trafford and he tried to stare at the crowd like that,
and give that
hold that elbow. What's he talking about?
Oh, stop it! That is mad. But yeah, loser Gerrard. All right, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back on Thursday, 10 o'clock. Tobias, I'll leave it to you. Did fucking hell. Sum us up in it, flipping egg.
We're back, bro.
Oh, mate, I have to take this. I've been kidding you for a while. All right, guys.
Been kidding me for a while.
Oh,
you know what?
shit.
Yeah, it was the first day against Chelsea, the first game in probably about 5 years. Yeah, that I haven't had you on the phone at every 5 minutes. You man, that shit. I sat there, bro. At the end of the game, my phone had full battery.
Nothing.
That's unheard of, bro. That's unheard of.
Oh shit! All right, guys, we are Real Talk Football TV, and we are out.